Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to Edrunners HQ and our Cyberpunk RED talk show, Night City Sofa. I am Jessica here alongside my dearest friend Games End. Hello buddy, how are you doing tonight?
It doesn't say in the notes that Games says hello, so
I
I
didn't
don't know
send
my
you the
lines.
notes, so you don't know that it doesn't say Games says hello.
Hey buddy, how are you today?
Although ironically, it does not this week. So, I don't know, go buy a lottery ticket apparently.
Right?
Your oracle powers are strong. Yeah, no, it goes.
Good.
During tonight's episode of Night City Sofa, we're going to be creating a one-shot. Or a skeleton of a one-shot, pretty much.
A half shot, at least.
Yeah. I mean, there will be notes. If you were running it, you could run it.
I could run it now.
To handing it
on
to
the
people.
notes you have. Do you have it up on the screen?
Not yet.
So people can see where I would run it from?
Not yet. But we'll show you in a moment. For our one shot, I have seen a lot of people ask about Pride events during the dark future.
Right.
A lot of the times it comes from the Talsorian, like in the Talsorian Discords where I see this, a lot of J's AMAs. So with it being Pride Month, what better time than now to create a one shot you can bring into your games? As Jay has mentioned, Pride events do exist. They are grassroots organized. Corporations don't celebrate Pride. It's a dark future. They don't care or even pretend to care at this point in time. So it's going to be from your local neighborhood, from gangs, from, grassroots businesses, not mega corporation. They don't care. So as we create this one shot, I have a feeling of how it's gonna go, how like the formula I would like it to follow, because I'm weird and I plan, Games does not. We will be taking suggestions from chat, so if you have a suggestion or ideas, do post them. We'll see if we can incorporate them. And with that, I'll show you the notes that Games is going to run this one shot off of. So here we go. This is it.
That would be nearly enough.
Nope.
I would write maybe a sentence more than that.
What would the sentence be? At this point, just for my own curiosity. There is a parade, characters go, stuff happens. I feel like it's 3 sentences, but yeah. Bad guys. Bad guy girl is a duck. That's 2 sentences.
No, that's one run-on sentence.
More like 4, but there you go, guys. One shot complete. No. So we're gonna attempt to create this. And yeah, like I said, if you guys have any options or ideas, go for it. I think essentially what it's going to be is we're going to create a Pride event, and that's what your crew is going to have to help make come to fruition from nothing. So we're going to need... Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're doing so much better than me. When I was thinking about this after we talked about it, I was like, okay, so this is a entirely Pride Week thing. So we need several events. Like, we have one that is karaoke at Greta's, where the drag queen's crown is stolen and the characters have to get it back. And then one where, and I had like one that's a metaphor for the whole Stonewall thing, and I had like a week of events. You're like, no, we want one event.
Well, my thought is, because it depends on how you want to run it, right? So Games, in your idea of how this was going to work, it's going to last a whole week, which is fine. And you're having them go out and do things all across the city. Right? Where my thought, like events are happening all across the city. My thought was, because Cyberpunk RED is street level, it is community, it's kind of focused on like your area and what you can change. My thought was we'll have it in the neighborhood. And yes, you have to go to places across the city, but it's to create an event in your neighborhood.
Okay.
Was my thought. I was going to do 3 days because you said 3 days originally, but we can do a week. Let's do a week. So let's say it's a week-long Pride celebration. There we go. Oops, that's not how you spell location. In neighborhood. Oh, this feels wrong. Okay, neighborhood has a U.
No, it does not.
So, if I was going to write this, the way I would do it is, you need X thing to happen. In order to get X, you have to go to Y. There's going to be an obstacle at Y in order for you to obtain it. So, for example, and we're going to use games as example, right? If I recall correctly, I don't know why Greta's, but Greta's is a pool hall. I'm going to say Shadow Lanes instead. Shadow Lanes is where I think the burlesque show takes place. So I'm just going to shift your location to Shadow Lanes. But
sure.
at our Pride celebration, we would like a drag show for one of the nights. So you're going to have to go to, X, right? Your event is the drag show. So you're going to go to Y, which is Shadow Lanes, to try to get them to perform.
Sure.
Obviously, they're going to agree because that is the point, right? As a GM, you want them to succeed. But there has to be a complication. The complication is they won't perform without this tiara. Or their lead performer refuses to perform without the tiara.
Right.
She's the only one who knows the steps.
Kind of controls the troop.
Yes, exactly. So you have to locate the tiara in order to secure the drag show. Does that...
Yeah.
That all makes sense? Okay. So, I think I would start with a list of events that we want to have. But I'm just going to put this one here so I don't forget. Shadow Lanes. And then the obstacle is... You know what? List of events. You know what? Quest location. And then obstacle. So, actually, you know what? Let's just say event. Which is your, X, your location, which is your Y, and then essentially the obstacle that the edge runners have to overcome, which is find and return tiara intact. If you have a tech in your group, I would make the tiara broken. Let the tech use their tech skills.
Right.
Or someone who maybe has
purpose.
Forgery. Maybe they could forge a tiara if they know enough about what the tiara looks like, or they've seen photos, or whatever. That's really big.
It's header number 2.
Okay.
I'll fix it.
So that's one event.
3.
You know what? Let me do this as a numbered list. There we go. Or I guess it should be like event / what am I trying to say? Because you're gonna need drinks. You're gonna need like food and drinks. That does not fall under event. That just falls like it's just something that you need.
Right, a item.
Cool. Yep. Listen, guys. Sometimes writing show notes as a GM is just that easy. I believe there is a beer tent that we know about.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna have to go look in different books.
I'm currently searching Night City 2045, which could take... You know, I bet you it's in the data pack, which would be like 20 hotspots. Which may also be in the core rulebook, which
the
probably
20 things list.
Be faster. But yeah. But really, I suppose drinks could be from any bar, if you don't have a local bar.
Well, you'd have to get a sponsored bar that's willing to do the drinks.
Food. Oh, did you find the beer tent? Maria's! There we go. Maria's is a family-owned beer tent. So close to the outskirts, it's only technically in Night City. So strong connections with the Aldecados mean the beer and tequila is the real deal, making a popular stop on the way out of town. So, I would choose Maria's as an extra, as a place. So, what is the obstacle at? Is it like a shipment is currently delayed in the Badlands and the crew has to go and find out what happened, and maybe there's like some raffin or something?
So this can be way too complicated.
Okay.
But nomads have the shipment that's supposed to be delivered, but Maria's owes them money currently, or the nomads feel like they do. Maria feels like they've already paid. And so you have to negotiate between the nomads and Maria's to get them to deliver the alcohol.
But they're connected to the nomads.
This is a different gang that ran the alcohol for them.
I would say it's just out in the, like, it's not too far. They're just under attack from, like, Shiv or something.
Okay.
And that gives you some combat. Well, I feel like we'll have enough social encounters that
Right.
maybe a combat here or there wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Sorry, it's Shiv holding up delivery. I realized I went drinks and food, and what other events do we want? We can plan an event instead of doing like food and drink.
Are they gonna have a parade?
Would you like a parade? It's our one shot. We can do whatever we want.
They gonna do like a bubble party or some type of band thing, or
pick an event and we will go from there. Do you want a parade first?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of parade?
Just
are they floats, like, in cars, like a car, like, or just like a mishmash? Is it just people walking in cosplay? Like, what is, like,
for
the
a
vibe?
Bigger event, it would be floats and things. But since we're in our neighborhood, it's people just, walking with pride flags and, being out and proud and costumes.
The parade can start from wherever and then travel. It could be a very long parade. That's
right.
It's whatever we want it to be. But you just think like flags and costumes and...
What if they are trying to redirect a parade that's going from a bigger pride event through their neighborhood so that they get the parade without having to do the work?
Oh my god, I love that. Redirect...
Existing parade.
Thank you. Existing parade. Cool. We'll say the quest location is what, like 3 blocks down, 4 blocks away?
Yeah. It's just slightly out of where they're currently.
Yeah, exactly. What else did you make? Band?
Yeah, if they want to have, like, I don't know, some type of performing artist performing.
I mean, we had the drag show, and the drag show is a performance art piece, right?
But those are
band
different.
Music.
They could have a concert from a well-known person.
This is where I would check the Rocker Boy Index, but I don't have that up.
I don't either, and I'm not sure I have that downloaded right now.
I feel like this could be a good point, like a good time to have a social encounter too.
Okay.
And but I keep opening I've opened the wrong thing like 3 times now. That's also not the right thing. My brain. Okay, I'm gonna open single player mode, and I'm going to.
What's the name of the Rocker Boy Index?
Rocker Boy Index.
I thought it had a different name.
It does not.
Then I am having trouble finding it.
Okay. I want a social encounter. Where's my States and spells, districts. Oh, I'm just gonna type that and figure that out. What kind of music do we want?
Thinking like EDM.
So there's Urbis, UREIS. They normally play at Smash Cut.
Okay.
There's DJ Nova.
Ooh, let's do DJ Nova.
He also moonlights as an independent media, so that could give us a good obstacle. Okay, so we have our goal. Oh, then it's like number of checks, successes, and failures. That's right. Oh yeah, what do we want our obstacle to be for DJ Nova?
Do they have to try to book DJ Nova? Like, is that the thing?
It says DJ Nova plays at various clubs, or playing a different club every night, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind playing one night at a thing. I like that they moonlight as an independent media, though. So is it that they have to, like, get evidence for them on a specific thing, or...
Oh yeah, they have to help wrap up what they're working on so that they have the time to do it.
Yeah. So help collect evidence.
Yeah.
Next story. Oh, I'm just gonna say help collect evidence. Psh, it's fine. Evidence for credibility. There we go. What else? What other things do we want to work on? Food?
Sure.
Are we getting? And I thought this could be fun to do, like, if. And like, okay, so for me as a GM, games are very different. But for me as a GM, I would like to have these things, like a list like this is perfectly fine for me. Right? I don't need to necessarily know the specifics. I might flesh out an NPC just so I'm not creating one on the spot. But for the most part, if I'm going to run this, I would simply say, what do you want for your pride? Much like I'm constantly asking games, what else do you want? That's what I would ask the players. And if they're like, we need band of music, it's like, okay, who are you going to get? And I would let them decide. If they can't come up with an idea, then I have one on a list kind of ready to go.
That makes sense.
And then for food, I think if they're trying to, like, research who could we get, I might have, like, a slight scale where there's, like, if you roll really badly, they either choose, like, a food truck that's maybe not great, or a really upscale restaurant that's way out of their price range. Where, you know, local expert, if they roll high enough, might be, like, a good solid, hey, this is, like, a local place that's, you know, not too far from our neighborhood that would help us out.
Somebody's like, we should get the Garden of Earthly Delights, and somebody else is like, absolutely not.
Exactly. I'm just gonna say a local location.
Okay.
That's fine. Or a local, eatery. Something like in the district, that's maybe like a couple blocks away. What would the obstacle be? I feel like if it's a food truck, it's gonna have maybe a different obstacle than like.
Right. It kind of depends on what they get.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me look at. Okay, so the Street Queens are a. Queer faction. Queer-based faction. Mm-hmm. What are their hangouts? Flower Town, Silver Pixel Cloud, and Woody's.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Do you want to look up Flower Town?
Sure. I'd love to. Apparently, the word flower only appears once in the entire thing, which is in the...
Give it a minute. Oh, Flower Town is one word. But also, give it a minute.
Flower Town in the upper marina has bulletproof windows of the bulletproof windows of the city medical center look down on a tent city that sprawls outward from the wreckage of Rose, Delilah, and Flora's creations. Greenhouses have been torn down to make way for shanties, tents, and surprising alliances between scavenger groups and the Street Queens. So it's a tent city.
Okay. Silver Pixel Cloud is a drive-in theater.
Okay.
So wow, cool. If you're in, this one's in New Westbrook. If you're in New Westbrook, having one of your events at the drive-in theater outside of your neighborhood, I think would be perfectly fine. Even if you did like the parade to the drive-in theater.
Right.
And then, as like, if it's a week-long event, you got time to kill.
There's time.
I'm currently trying to find Woody's, so. But while I do that, I did realize that the Street Queens would probably be good for protection.
Yeah.
Oh no. So this small club is the current hangout. It's a club. And they put on the best drag and burlesque shows in Night City.
So it's the drag bar.
It's both. I think Shadowlands is also a drag show.
Right.
So I think, because I think this would be hilarious. I'm just gonna double check that it is. Yeah, it's a less refined place than Shadowlands.
So it's more of the campy club queen vibe.
Mm-hmm. And they don't get along.
Right.
Which is fun. Also, you're going to need protection for your event.
Yeah.
I put Street Queens here. It doesn't need to be the Street Queens. But if you need people to, just at the event to protect it,
yeah.
Or maybe you also need to pay off a gang? Like, a local...
You'd need a fixer.
You don't need a fixer. You can go do it.
Right.
You do need to know which gang might come into the area and fuck your shit up. If you don't know that, then yeah, you need a fixer. Okay, Shadowlands, Cabaret and Burlesque Nightclub. So, yeah. So we'll say like it's a burlesque show, Shadowlands, the drag show you go to Woody's. Which I think is hilarious because when the Street Queens and Shadowlands and the two leaders of those factions show up, they don't like each other. So then you have to play
diplomat
during the event, which I think adds a nice layer of tension at the time.
Right.
So anyway, I've jumped ahead way too much because this is how my brain works. You could probably hire the street queens though as protection.
Yeah.
So what would we need? What would be the obstacle?
That one's hard because I don't know. I feel like the street queens would be very accepting of doing this.
What if the street queens have heard about the burlesque show and they want the prime time and you have to bump Chatelaine's burlesque show?
Okay.
To not...
They want the headliner?
They want the headliner.
Okay.
Okay. So they want the headliner event, which is fine because you could say yes, but then Chatelaine's, if it's not just the tiara, they may also want the headliner event, or they may get upset that you gave it to the street queens.
Right.
Instead. And then, I don't know, whatever gang in area. What is, I guess it depends on the gang. Whatever obstacle you want
different
to.
gangs would have different wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
And if the characters already have some type of in with the gang, that would help a lot.
Exactly. So, I'm going to put TBD because that depends on your crew. So let's say you want the street queens to perform a drag show, right? You go to Woody's, but you also want them to do protection. So you're asking for 2 favors. So to do the drag show, there has to be an obstacle as well. I want to be such a little shit and just be like, they want you to steal the tiara from Chatelaine's. And then you go to Chatelaine's and they need the tiara back.
I love that. Yes.
Yes. So you have to steal it and then you have to steal what you stole.
Right.
Perfect. Okay. Also, okay, what can we do for the local eatery? What if, because with Night City 2045 we found out a lot about permits, what if they haven't gotten their food license yet?
Okay.
And they can't legally sell it unless it's processed, so you have to go to the city hall and try to convince the licensing officer to approve the license request?
Or just talk to the local cops and tell them to look the other way, but there are options there.
No, your food person is very scared of breaking the law and they don't want to be thrown into jail or get hard labor or executed or whatever the offense is.
Right. Okay. So permits.
Get permit for vendor. But also I would make that so it's like one of those forms where it's like you have to fill out this form. In order to fill out this form, you need this other form. No, that's in this part of the city. No, you need this first.
Right.
Did you bring us this? You have to go back and get this.
Key.
I would absolutely do that. Which is one of those things where it's like not all of this obviously needs to be handled by the entire crew. So while a lot of people have that whole, never split the party, this is a good one to actually split the party.
Yeah.
Divide and conquer. What else? Do we want games, panels?
Sure.
Movie night.
Ooh, a movie night.
Okay. my god. Okay, sorry, I have an idea for that, not for movie night. What is the location and or obstacle?
Okay, I don't have one for a movie night. But if you did like a silent disco, then your obstacle would be like pickpockets during the event. Not setting it up, but during the event.
That's during the event. You know what I should say? This would be like preparation and then during the event, right?
Yeah.
So during the event you have the heated rivalry? I don't know. Street Queens.
Great show. If you haven't seen it,
versus-
check it out.
Hmm?
Also the book.
Street Queens versus Chavelains. I guess if we did this, we could do a silent disco.
Pickpockets.
Pickpockets, yeah. Although I suppose that could happen anywhere, right?
Yeah, but
So do we also want a silent disco?
I think that would make sense, probably, yeah.
That would make sense. I guess where? Or like what is the obstacle? We don't need a where, but like
Maybe the
What do you
where
need to-
is the obstacle, is they need to find a warehouse space that is safe and not gang infested.
that's not like on the street.
Yeah, and has power, because they'll need power for like lights and things.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do about movie night.
Yeah, that's the problem. I like the idea of movie night. I don't know where to go with it.
And if we're trying to keep it in the area, that's kind of what I'm... Like, a projector
yeah.
would be cool, but that depends on if you have the space, because not everyone's going to have... What
Well,
if
it
it's a
would be like-
rooftop thing? Like a
Okay.
rooftop movie view?
Sure.
Okay. Wherever they're living, it's on the rooftop.
Yeah.
But it needs to be cleaned and patched and safe. It's
Right.
not safe. Railings would be good. I was thinking a theater show with the Philharmonic Vampires would be hilarious.
Okay.
But the obstacle is that you have to help them complete a prank.
A prank.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which in the Hookbook there is one, so if you need inspiration, go to that.
They got you.
But yeah, they are more than happy to do a theater show, but they need you to help them do a prank first.
Yeah.
So, is there any... You did a week-long thing. Is there...
Well, you don't have to fill the entire week.
Um,
You just need a marquee event for each day, and then like on top of that, because those are the things you do missions for. On top of that, you do like, oh, we're gonna
you have it
all
most...
get together. Sorry.
You just have 7. You just have 7. That's if I'm counting the parade as one of those 7.
Right.
And the band music as not an everyday occurrence.
Valid.
But yeah, essentially X followed by Y, and then come up with a obstacle. So, is there anything else that we can think of for like during the event that would, like maybe a noise complaint or something with the police?
Oh yeah, that would be good. Police interactions.
Yeah.
I had this whole Stonewall plotline in my head
Okay.
that was about how there were some full board conversions there at the Pride Parade, and some like humanists started picking on them, and it turned into a riot because it was very reminiscent of the whole. But it doesn't need to be in there.
No, I like that. Trouble at the Parade. That's good. I also feel like food could be multiple, options and choices, because you probably should have more than one place to go.
Yeah.
As an event organizer, guys, have more than
plan things out.
Than one place. Same with band and music. You might want that for more than one night, unless DJ Nova is willing to do it the entire week. I suppose that depends on what evidence you're getting for them.
Right. Well, and you can have smaller bands. Nova can just be like the headliner on one night, but like have local bands and stuff play. Another problem you would realistically run into is this wouldn't just be people from the neighborhood showing up, so you would need somewhere for all of these people to stay.
If they're staying.
Well, obviously they're staying.
In the neighborhood. I love that you're imagining like hundreds of people just coming to this neighborhood and just staying the whole week. And it's a city that's maybe an hour's apart. Like, no, they can go home in the subway and just come back the next night. Like, that's totally plausible.
I guess.
But if you want, yeah, sure. Places to stay. So what is the obstacle for trying to convince hotels or cube owners or cargo container complexes to hold spaces for a week? Other than, I guess, just like social checks, right? Like three.
A lot of that's going to be social check and or making it worth their time. You have to, advertise for them or,
Maybe not three successful, but I would say like, social checks or
compensation.
Or compensation, yeah. I assume a lot of these places are not going to have money. You're not going to have money as the group putting this on.
Nope.
Or the person who wants to put this on does not have money to do so.
Right.
Okay, so what about during the event? What if there's an issue at one of the places? Overcrowded.
Oh, okay.
Not enough rooms.
Yeah.
Good luck you guys have to deal with that. Being an event runner, by the way, is harsh.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah. I mean, post you have a giant cleanup, but other than that.
Whoa. I hit a button. I did not mean to hit a button.
Was it F11?
I don't know what it was. I thought I hit enter on the numpad, but apparently I did not. So then the last thing I would do is just like, depending on how successful the crew was at the above, like overall skill checks determines the success of the event.
Yeah.
Or, for every success, they gain a +1 modifier.
You know what we could steal? Not that we should be stealing things. But do you remember the concert event from...
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
How did they do that? That's exactly what I was thinking of. So if you go to Tales of the Red Street Stories, the Digital Divas arc, there's a concert event. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Well, so it started at 0, and there were events that could occur, negative events that could occur, and if those occurred, it went negative, and if it got down to, like, -3...
They walked away.
People started... Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you did positive and got to +3, then, yeah.
Yeah. I suppose, because the other thing is, like, some of this you would set up ahead of time. Some of it could be during.
Yeah.
Right? So like these 5 events, maybe these 5 events during the time determine whether or not it was successful that day.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Right? So it's the same thing that you said, it's just whether things go up or down. So like, because we have the parade, you know, were they able to successfully reroute it?
Yeah.
If not, it goes down one, because you'll still have your parade, it will just be smaller. But then there's the humanists versus the FBCs. Were you able to, you know, successfully calm it? That would go up. If a brawl actually breaks out, it goes down by 1. If you start the brawl, it goes down by 2.
Right, yeah.
In which case the parade was a failure. And then every day would have like a plus or a minus to see overall how well you did.
Yeah. And you're wanting, you know, a plus.
Yeah, pluses are good, generally. So let's just say each day so score each day starting at 0. That moves positively or negatively depending on pre-event setup and events that happen. Oops. During. If ending positively, they get +1. Negative -1. I guess if it's like 0 is just nothing, and 0 is a 0, right?
Yeah, that day just didn't happen.
Yeah, neutral 0. Score at end determines outcome of Pride Week event. That makes sense, right?
Yep.
See, these are my notes as a GM, where it's like, okay, I've got my page, and I'm good. And then when I try to turn this into like an actual document for a homebrew, there's so much work that goes into trying to write this out pretty so that it makes sense. That's not
in
just
a logical
like,
way that's not in your head.
Here's a base. Here's some things. I'm sure you could give this to a GM and they could figure it out, but there's a lot of work that goes into making this pretty, prettifying it, as it were.
Right.
I do love that this is like find and return tiara, steal tiara points. Also, just gonna want to make a note here. Don't be afraid to divide and conquer.
Now it only needs, like, you know, your intro text, your outro text, and some details.
Just a few details.
Right. But I would say on a whole, we wrote a good Pride event that people could take to their tables.
And again, this is just like our ideas in case your table gets stuck. I know we have a few players that would just kind of sit there and hum and ha for 30 minutes if they were allowed to, and wouldn't wouldn't be able to come up with anything. And then you have Games and I who are just, we would rapid fire way too many options. So right. First, always ask your players, you know, what would you like to happen at this event? And then let them, okay, how are you going to figure out? Because then at that point, all you have to figure out is the obstacle.
Yep.
That is literally all you have to figure out. So for band music, now because we picked someone who moonlights as an independent media, if it's just a regular one, maybe their speaker blew. Maybe their guitar is being tuned at a repair shop and it's not going to be ready for a while.
Maybe the guitarist is on a drug bender.
Yeah, the guitarist is on a drug bender. Definitely, you know, play the obstacle in favor of the crew skills. If you have a mid-tech, the guitarist is on a bender and they need
Some sobering.
They need some sobering. If you have, a room full of techs or someone who's like really good, like a face and a fixer that hasn't got to shine, while this tech is holding this guitar hostage, go have your fixer talk to them. Or maybe a solo.
Right.
Depending on how they want to handle it. Tailor the obstacle to your players. And it's okay if that's not the player that went to talk to them. That's okay too. Get them to interact with one another.
Sometimes in the middle of a job, you realize that you weren't the right person to go on this job. So you go back and get the other person.
Yep.
Or at least call them and be like, all right, what's a mainframe?
Honest man. Oh, what if during the event things, what if there's a strange weather event? Like a power surge that would cut the music for...
An electrical storm or something.
An electrical storm or something. Blood rain during the parade where you have to like...
Or the outdoor movie night. There's so many things that like weather could screw up.
So many things.
But don't be a dick. This is an isolated small incident that does not last for a week.
It doesn't. Yeah, smog is not. It's not going to be smog. It's going to be something that lasts for like
stupid inversion smog.
3 to 10 minutes at most. A rolling blackout. Or while your crew is on this, there's a rolling blackout and they can't call each other.
Yep.
But there's tons of things you could do. But yeah. For X and Y, I'd let your players come up with that.
Yeah. These are just ideas that you could use. We came up with these in the last 40 minutes. It is not hard. You're more than capable of letting your players do most of the heavy lifting for you.
Yeah.
That's my GM style.
Yeah.
That's my secret cap.
Yeah.
Create an obstacle. Let the players figure out how to solve the obstacle.
Exactly. You don't even need to, like, where it's just like steal a tiara. You don't really need to know where it is. Just let them be like, I'm gonna go do this. It's like, okay. So they go there. There's the main room. There's some back rooms that they're like, oh, do you think it could be hidden in this upper behind this under their costumes? Absolutely.
It sure could be.
In a locked box. Do you have pick lock? You're either taking the box or calling a friend.
Oh, you have a Lexec? It's a MagSafe. So.
Yeah, let them, create their own. Could it be here? You look, it's not there. Could it be here? You look, it's not there. Comes up with great idea. That's where it was this whole time.
Because players feel more invested in the story when they feel like they were a part of telling it. So let them help tell the story.
Yeah. Let them create this. This is their event, so...
And as we always say, this is a living, breathing world, so let the world breathe also.
Yes. Let them enjoy it too. I think that's what Games was saying. Let them enjoy it when the event comes up. Like, yes, this is the event, and don't just skip over the parade after they've diffused everything. Like, let them enjoy it. Ask them what they're doing in the parade.
Yeah.
Apart from, settling a dispute. And maybe or maybe not getting punched in the face.
Awesome.
So you guys go. That is our Pride one shot. Mostly player heavy, player facing. It seems like it's GM facing, but it's really not. It's for your players to create. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
No. And there you go. That'll be our show this week. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you, guys.
I need my other notes. There we go. With that will conclude this episode of Night City Sofa. So thank you so much for joining us today. Be sure to leave a comment about your thoughts, any future things you'd like to see. Normally we do reviews. This was kind of an in-between show, so if you like, listening to how we go about creating things as GMs or coming up with things as players, if those are more segments you would like, let us know. Otherwise, if you want to connect with Edgerunners HQ, head on over to Blue Sky, Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube. Nice Day Sofa will return next week to our regularly scheduled program of reviewing things. We will be reviewing the Dune DLC because that should be out, hopefully.
Hopefully next week we'll be reviewing the Dune DLC.
God, I
if
hope
not,
it's out.
We'll be doing something else.
Wish us luck. Thank you guys so much, and until next week. Yeah, for now.